Hello everyone, MT12 here. So I have prepared this art course structure and naming guide for you to follow my channel. But before that, I want to mention a couple of things. Let me go to my channel first. So I have posted this video, but drive in the word, and honestly, I wasn't expecting any views or any reaction at all. But the reactions I get really helped me and inspired me to actually continue working on this channel. I know that this is just the beginning. However, seeing people and their reactions really made me happy. And I wanted to tell you that. So let's go back to our video. So as you can see here, we have a structure and naming guide. I will be attaching this file to my video, like under the description part. And with each file, you will see the newer versions. And I will try to update the version if there is any changes on this video, on the art course structure and naming guide video, okay? So let's see what we have here. Like I told you about in my previous video, in this channel preview and what to expect video, we are covering a lot of topics. For example, on the foundation, we will have anatomy, perspective, figure drawing, formed language, design principle, and a lot of different types and subjects. But as a general rule, please remember that here I have mentioned that this content may change over time for improvement purposes. What do I mean by that? Is let's assume that we have a I mean, as you can see, we have design principles. Maybe let's talk about the form language, okay? I haven't started this series, form language series yet, and let's think that if I were to let's say that I have decided to do the video series to start the series for the form language, and before I give you any lecture at all, I first go and study myself. Like, what do I mean by that? Of course, I know I have some language, I have some knowledge that I can transfer to you. However, when I was teaching at the university, I quickly realized that, at first, in my first lectures, I was going without any preparations at all. Like, I was preparing something, but like small videos and small PowerPoints. And I was thinking like, okay, I know this subject, so it will be very easy for me to be really explanatory and be really good at lecture. But it turns out that even if you think you know a lot about the subject, it is best practice to go behind the scenes and just do your studies, like what do I want to teach in this class. Like I said, like right now when I'm talking, I am hoping that you are understanding about like what is the structure of this channel. I am thinking about something like university. Let's say you take an art major in university, right? Then you will have some classes, some schedule. Like in the first term, you will have some classes, and the second term some different classes, and you will have, let's say, like this is not in the, maybe in the, it might change, but let's assume that we have anatomy 1, anatomy 2, perspective 1, perspective 2, okay? But in my structure, it is just anatomy. And when we go to the anatomy, we will have like different series. For example, we have had here torso, arms, and this is example. This is I haven't prepared the structure yet, but I will prepare it, and I will create a subject intro video. In the subject intro video, I will show you the general structure of the video, like of the series, and I will attach this image to the the file to the video series so that you will be able to find like the overall structure, overall series, the lessons in this series, and you will be able to follow it. Okay, so let's go to the course structure document here. I mean, this is pretty much self-explanatory. Like you can see that this is the basic format: the subject, video title, main category, and skill level. And just to show you this, just to make this video, I had to upload some videos on the internet to give it to, like, for you to be able to see it, what I'm planning. Okay, let's look at here. So when we go to my channel, we can see that as you can see here, we have the course code here, FIG, which stands for figure drawing. I could have said figure drawing, only figure drawing, and as you can see here, these are subjects, and subject or subject code may be used for the first part. For this part, I can use either the name of the subject or the code of the subject. The reason for that is sometimes if the title is going to be too long, like too long to read and like confusing, to get rid of that confusion, I can use a subject code. And I will also, like, since you will have this document, then I hope that you will be able to easily follow the general format. I will do a lot of other things for you to follow the general structure, because like as you can see here, there will be a lot of content. So this is just my plan. Okay, maybe something happens to me and I may not be able to finish this course, because as you can see here, this is like a really big, like this is like, just look at the anatomy. Okay, anatomy by itself is a huge I could have just done a channel for anatomy only, right? As you can see here, and this is actually pretty short. I have generated this with AI. Like I told the AI to just give me some documentation about like anatomy class for imaginary anatomy class, and he just, like, the AI gave me these lessons. Okay, but I don't think these are like enough. I will just restructure it. I will just completely rewrite it myself, and this is the effort. So this is why this is example anatomy class. This is not like real lessons. I will prepare them, like I said. And as you can see here, like, let's assume that we have an example, we have an anatomy class video series. When you go to my playlist, for example, we have here figure drawing series, right? This is for FIG. For FIG, we will have figure drawing series, and in this playlist you will be able to see all the videos, let's say maybe 50 videos, maybe 100 videos, which is tagged with the FIG, which is figure drawing of the main category, F&D. Okay, so hopefully, like, I am trying my best to give you some explanation, and I know that it may be a little complicated, but like I'm sure with time you will be able to get used to it, because I am trying my best and preparing really well to create a structure for the whole channel. And if after that we have the like whole structure created, it will be like, and there are some videos, it will be much easier for you to understand with because you will be able to see the lessons and playlist on my channel. Then it will be more clear, hopefully, right? So let's go back to the art structure naming guide. And yeah, as you can see here, we have the subject, right? What I have told, we are started with the subject, and let's look at the subjects. FIG. These are from the same series, FIG, and by the name, this is the name of the series. This is the name of the playlist, not the name of the videos, right? So here you can see that this is F&D Foundation figure drawing series. This is Foundation F&D and figure drawing series, which means that it is FIG. And when we look at the sorry. When we look at the series, you can see that FIG code on the beginning of the series. Okay, so so let's go back here. Okay, so as you can see here, like the more you will see that, the more you will understand. Let's go to the channel, right? And another important thing is that I will also be preparing videos and attaching them a skill level. As you can see here, we have FND and beginner. BIG stands for beginner. This is the level of the lesson. Like here, you can see the skill level, and the main category is FND here. FND main category. These are the main categories. Skill levels are here: beginner, intermediate, advanced. Beginner, and I don't have any like advanced or intermediate video at the moment, but we will add the videos. So another thing, let's assume that I have started to upload lessons about anatomy. We have a subject intro. So I want to talk a little bit about the subject intro, because I think it is very important. So with every series that we have here, for each of these subjects, perspective, anatomy, form language, design principles, with each series, I will start with the introduction video. Okay. And why did I not start with an introduction video and I just uploaded these? Because first of all, I didn't have any recording. I don't have any recording about subject intro, because I decided that it will be really helpful to have a subject intro when I was preparing all this course structure. I have realized that it will be really important and really helpful to have a subject intro video. That is why I don't have a subject intro video at the moment for the figure sessions. And another thing is, I really wanted to show you with real examples. Like I have here the example namings. However, I wanted to show you with the real videos so that it will be easier to understand in practice. I think it is really helpful for people to see in reality, in practice, to be able to remember it correctly, right? So let's go into our example class. So how will our subjects are created? First, I will have a subject intro. Then I will try to, like, there will be two main classes of lessons. One is lessons, other one is demonstrations. And how it works is, like, the lessons are going to be the real lessons. Like, these are also lessons, kind of lessons, but in here it will be just like a lecture that you have bought from the internet. Okay, let's assume that you go onto the Gumroad and you just bought a lesson. I mean, I'm planning that it is more like a real lesson, like a lesson that you will have at the university. Okay, not like, because when I said Gumroad, but it maybe not be the good example, because there are a lot of different kind of tutorials on the Gumroad, and like these are not tutorials. These are tutorials in a way, but they are more in the mindset of lessons because they will be structured. Like in tutorial, generally there is this idea, right? Where you go to Gumroad, you go to ArtStation, and you see that there is a $30 lesson, but it is something about a subject. For example, it is form and function. It is maybe about a silhouette, and you pay like $10, $5, $20, and it is only about a silhouette. And maybe the owner of that video, the person who has posted that tutorial, maybe just have like a couple different, maybe one from anatomy, one from the silhouette, one from vehicle design. It is like not structure, so that makes it different from the lesson. I mean, of course, I'm not going to talk about like what is lesson, what is not. I'm just trying to explain you my what I have in mind for the channel. Okay, so the lessons are going to be in a very structured manner and will include information as much as I can give. And I want to mention another really important thing, and that is, although this will be like a lesson that you will get from some academic institution, I am still not planning to go too deep into the series, because like I said before, if I were to go anatomy only, and if I were to go too deep, it will take maybe just a year, maybe 2 years only for anatomy. And it may sound like ridiculous, but just think about it. If I were to give it a really good depth and really good quality as a class, then just like you will get in a university, it will require a lot of effort. And for me to create a lesson like that, it will take me so much time that it will practically make it impossible to cover all these topics. So what I will do is, when I'm creating the lessons, I will just try to handle the most important parts in a very structured way. So let's go into the subject intro. In the subject, I will have other than subject intro, I have to tell you this. This is very important. There will be resources, how to study, and etc. So I will get into this subject. I will start with a subject intro. I will try to explain as much as I can in the subject intro to how you can follow the whole series. And I will also include for each subject like anatomist, perspective, figure drawing, each subject, I will provide you a video about resources, a video about how to study, and like all these things. I will create a separate video in the playlist. Like maybe this first video is going to be subject intro, and the second video may be resources, third video may be how to study, or maybe it will be at the start. Because why it will be at the start? Because if I don't have a structure, like if I change my mind, and it will be hard to, like, you will be going from the behind, like you won't be able to see this and you will be missing a lot. So I will try to include these as separate videos, the resource, and maybe it is better if I just create another here, like, okay, here. So this is another video, this is another video, and I will actually be teaching you also how to study on your own. So that when I do not go like I will go deep, I will go as wide and as detailed as I can with the time I have, and I'm planning like for them to be really explanatory, and I will try to cover all the core, like core, how can I say, all the core elements. I will try to cover all the core elements that you really need. I will try to cover them. And I will also give you all the resources that you can find on the subject. And I will also tell you how, like, I will also tell you my ways, like my suggestions on how to study. And even more, what I will do is, like, in the lessons or maybe in the demonstrations, I'm not sure, like I can decide it later, I will create a video specifically to show you how I study my anatomy. So there will be a lesson, like I will show you the way that how people generally do it, and I will also show you the way that how I do it. And hopefully you will benefit from these lessons. So I think this is it. We have our course structure, art course structure and naming guide. We have our example lesson. We have our also maybe I can talk a little bit about lessons and then demonstrations. Yeah, let's talk about it a little bit. So we have two different categories, and this is just start, and these are intro, subject intro, resources, how to study, and all. And for the lessons, like I said, these will be the real lessons. And for the demonstrations, I'm sorry, I talk about lessons, but I didn't talk about demonstrations. For the demonstrations, here we have, right now we have two demonstrations. One of them, and both of them are about figure drawing. And these demonstrations are after you take the lesson, or you can watch the demonstration first and lesson second, or like in a manner, however you want. And they are both useful. This is like how to do it, and this is to see how I do it. Okay. And for the another important, another thing that I have to mention is that in the demonstrations, I am getting into the lessons. Okay. For example, in this demonstration, I have this part, like this is actually like a lesson. Okay. From here to here, this is almost a lesson. The difference between this demonstration lesson and the actual lesson is that these are not prepared lessons. So these are just on the spot. What I tell you, when I think that something important when I feel like there is some explanation needed, I tell you this. Okay. And because this was recorded before I have decided on the structure of the course, and I have this. Maybe in the demonstrations I may not have explanations, but actually I will probably have some explanation, because why not, right? So there will be lessons, but why not? Why shouldn't I give you some lesson along the demonstration? Because what I'm trying to do here is that I want to transfer as much knowledge as I can to you, and everything I said in any lesson are actually connected together. What I mean by that is I have two lessons here, right? This one and this one. Oh, I'm sorry, this is same. And this one and this one. In this lesson here, you can see that maybe it was here. Yeah. Okay, so in this part, I am starting with this is just a demonstration. Obviously, I'm starting with how I do it generally, and this is in the warm-up session. This is the first figure, but in this session, I am telling you to start with a silhouette, right? So actually, this is in my demonstrations. Everything I say, something I use, and something I think it is important, especially when I say like it is important, it is something that it means that it is something that I use. Okay, so you do not think that these are irrelevant. Do not think that these are completely different approaches. These are all my approaches in the same project, in the same structure. Like when I'm drawing figure, when I'm doing figure, this is still relevant. Even if I not tell you about it, I have tell you about in this video. So in a case that if I forget to tell you, for example, I am creating a lesson here, right? Let's say that I forget something telling you about silhouette, and you will have it in the demonstration. And you know, we are just assuming here, but if it's like really important, I probably will include it in the lesson, and I will probably won't forget it because I will be doing preparation. But I wanted to tell you that because in my channel preview video, I told you that my channel is about structure, and I will try to do my best to cover as much information as possible. And you know, for beginner artists, it may be confusing that I have told you that like to start with a silhouette, and in this video I don't start with a silhouette. Don't get confused, okay? I always think about this stuff. And let's say I have another completely different video, and I have showcased you something. I use it as well. For example, also in this video, was it in this video? Yeah, in this here. I talk about like main flow axis. I will try to cover this. If it's really important, I will cover it in the lesson. However, when I do not cover in another video like a quick figure lesson, it doesn't mean that I don't care about main axis. Here, as you can see, like it may be subtle, but I am still thinking about main axis. And if in this video, even if I don't tell you about silhouette, I am actually thinking of right now. The moment I look at the picture, I can see a triangle, and this is silhouette, and I am thinking about it. However, I just didn't tell you about it. Okay, if I didn't tell you about in that video, then I will tell you about in another video, and these are all connected together. And I want to mention you that. So it is almost like 30 minutes. I will wrap up here. Hopefully this will be useful for you, like the whole course structure, naming guide stuff, and you know, these examples, and these categories. And hopefully this give you some idea like how I will approach, because in this video I told you that it will be structured, and this is what I'm planning like as a structure. And you know, like hopefully, you know, it is life. Something might happen. I may not be able to continue on this path, but at the moment, at least, this is my desire, and I'm usually a very persistent person. If I think about something, I generally do it. If I can do it, if I cannot do it, there is definitely a reason for it. Okay. And just one last thing before I wrap up this video, I really want to thank you again. Like this was really, I really got happy. Okay, I wasn't really expecting any reactions, but people really made me happy. This made me happy. Thank you. And this will be it for the video. I hope to see you in another lecture video. Thank you for everything. Goodbye.